Oh, hello everybody, and here we are. We're going to start the next flight on the Ulukhaktok-Holman-Airport leg 23 of Canadian Express. Fortunately, I forgot to set the recorder at the beginning, so we are already at engine startup. We're at the end of the runway 24 here in we're in Ulukhaktok-Holman-Airport. So we're way up in the northern Canadian Arctic. We're flying from here to Alert. It's 2 hours 38 minutes. So we're going to start the takeoff here, the departure, get up to cruise, and then we'll start a new video from there. But as you can see, we are already at the airport, at the end of the runway. Go inside here. We got flaps 15 set. As you can see, we got flaps 15 set. The departure here isn't really a departure, it's just a regular departure. So I've got 3,000 feet set in here. That's about it. We're gonna go max power here for takeoff. The EPR setting is 2.10. That's pretty high, so we're gonna go max power on that. We're pretty heavy because we need a full load of fuel to get up to Alert. And then for an alternate from Alert, there's not many airports around there, so we need a lot of alternate. We're gonna go max power. Probably gonna get all the way to the end of the runway before we rotate. It's only a how long is this? 4,000 something. It's 4,300 feet long. Here's up on the whole runway. Cruise altitude. It's gonna be 29,000 feet, flight level 290. So without further ado, let's get rolling. Airspeed's alive. It's 80 knots.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Try to climb out here at V2.
V2 plus 15.
Right, V2 plus 15 plus 20. I'll climb out. This is 1,000 AGL. Start flat traction. Okay, we're gonna make my right turn out. I'm gonna intercept the 360 degree bearing outbound from the HINDB, which you can see down here.
Flaps up.
Uh, 2,000 for 3,000. Continue our climb 290. There's pretty much nothing automated in this airplane, so it's pretty hands-on on departure, especially single pilot. No auto throttle, so we got to make sure that's climb out. We'll stop our turn. Said it's a pretty high workload single pilot. Going to turn initial to 360, and as you can see, the NDB is just off our right wingtip, so we're going to have to pull this tail around to 360.
Slats retract.
Get to that to takeoff checks. The thrust, we reduced to 90%. Here on the EPR, ice protection not quite, engine monitors. Instruments are good. I didn't turn any of my runway lights off, so there we go. Cabin pressurization, check, we're climbing up here. Gear level is off. And then that's the climb checks. Next checks are 10,000 feet. Checking to make sure we're continuing on our heading here. Pulling this NDB bearing out. We can do is on this old school autopilot.
Auto flight.
Turn the auto flight on. What this is going to do is elevator. It's just going to trim to hold this pitch. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on my airspeed. And then this heading, I want to set. If I set this, it's going to maintain the heading I'm at. The way this autopilot works is if I have this set to this middle section and elevator trim set, elevator is connected to this, it's just going to hold whatever input I have. So it's going to hold the pitch and it's going to hold the angle my ailerons are at. So I'm straight and level. So it's not going to hold this heading, it's just going to hold whatever I'm at now. So if I flip this down, it's going to hold whatever this bucket is set to. I want to set that for 360. Keep pulling this tail around. I'm watching my throttle settings, watching my airspeed, watching heading, watching this coming around, watching the VSI. Looking good right now. There's through 10,000. We're going to turn our landing logo lights off. Not required. Don't forget these off on the climb check. That's it. Once we're through 18,000 feet, we'll just set these to standard. First officer will check that. Let's get into the scatter layer now. Not really have to worry about because the ambient temperature is minus 20 degrees currently. So the speed's bleeding off a little bit here, so I'm going to nose forward just a smidge. You'll see the VSI go down a bit. I want to keep that at about 1,000 feet per minute. What I'm doing is just moving my, I've only got a joystick, but moving the yoke here up and down. Get the desired pitch. And I'm actually going to turn at 10 degrees right here. Because it stayed at about 350, so we got a bit of a wind out of the right, off the right side here. I don't want this right off 360. I'm going to go 10 degrees right and see how much this shifts. And if it shifts to 360, I'll turn back only 5 degrees, and hopefully that's the wind correction.
Connected.
So you can see the needles moved a little bit, but not as much as I'd like, so I'm going to go another 5 degrees to the right. So we're through flight 180, so we're going to set the barometer standard.
Barometer set.
3992. My tail's almost on 360, and I'm on a 15-degree wind correction. So right there, I'm going to turn back to about 10 and see what that holds me. Trying to get the INS, SIVA INS working, but I don't know. I'm not very good at installing gauges, so there's something wrong with that. It's not powering up. The tail's moving a little bit more still, so I'm going to turn back to about 7. So I got fuel alert on the master caution. So usually that means my fuel is cold. I'm gonna hit the heat on, and that'll start warming up. Tail's holding pretty good here, so I'll probably cut the video here because it's a long, slow climb up to 290, and we'll see you on the descent.